Welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay Aguila,
And this is Lucito.
and we're here to talk about anything and everything that has to do with wrestling. We want to thank everybody who has been listening to us on the favorite, our social media app, the Facebook, the Twitter, the IG, and as well the YouTube, Providence Lucha Talk, as well as your favorite podcast media app. Please be sure to give us those thumbs up, the comment below, or 5-star if we're using Apple Music. So first thing first, I think we should talk about is that Saraya is cleared to wrestle. Last night in Boston during the AEW Dynamite show, she had an emotional promo where she fully announced that for Full Gear, we're going to see a match between Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Saraya after years of her not performing in front of a live audience. Lucita, what's your thoughts into that?
On the, previous week, she mentioned she has to see another doctor, which is Dr. Britt Baker, which is a good cliffhanger for her from the promo before. If she's healthy, that's good. I met her at Comic-Con, which was kind of cool. And she seemed very, she was probably one of the nicest people that I met, out of the wrestlers. But,
Nice.
and you guys could also check out the Instagram promos to talk, the pictures from Comic-Con and stuff. But, so I don't know how... I'm glad that she's healthy and she got cleared by the doctors. I don't know how she is in the ring. She's a professional. She has basically almost 20 years experience in the ring because she was doing it since she was like a preteen or teenager. I don't know. For me, it's like I like that she's back, and her first match is Britt Baker, which is good. But I have to see how she. There might be some ring rust. So I like just that she's back, but I don't. She's not like for some like Daniel Bryan. He was like literally a technician, so he was like super like technical. So you don't lose that. It's more like it's more practice. The better he got. I've just seen he gotten better and better and better. Especially the match that he had with Sammy. But her thing in WWE was more like smaller matches, some more samples. Also, the era was a little different. So I'm glad she's back. I want to see what she. Her first match, how she is back. I don't know.
Her first match seems to be Full Gear currently right now. Next week is going to be the away show before Full Gear, which is on the 19th. So I believe she has been doing the training. Yeah. To make a big announcement like that, you got to be like what Sasha Banks is doing right now. Mercedes is doing. She was being somewhere, training with someone, getting those ring rusts. I think it's the nerves for me. It's the nerve of being in front of a live audience because ring rust, you could definitely brush it off with repetition as you used Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson as the example.
Do you think she's be more hesitant? For sports, if you mess up your ankle, it's gonna be back of your max. So I feel like
that's the nerve, that's the mental. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the mental is what I fear for her in one of the top 4 pay-per-view. Well, they only do 4 big pay-per-view, 5 if they do another series of Forbidden Door. But this is a big one for her because it's the first official match since her injury from WWE, and it's the first one in AEW. And luckily, like you said, Britt Baker is one of the most more round type wrestler that could work with her. I'm just worried about, again, it's her mental, Is she's going to, double guess herself? Is she's going to trust her body? I think when I think about people returning from injury, not everybody could be like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got hurt during the live show when he was trying to do one of his signature move where he go under the wrestler and then he just do the buckle. But while he was trying to pick up, I think it was Kane. I think Kane was his opponent during that live show. His ankle just cracked. You know what I'm saying? And then when he came back, he acted like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like either he's already used to injury or he already got that type of mental, strong mental strength. So for a person like Saraya, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a little bit hesitant.
And also, like, this match is not like a win or lose match. I feel like it's a good comeback match.
There's stats. There's
win and loss. It's not like a championship or something. There's nothing at stakes. Line. Yeah. Basically just health, I guess. But besides that, it's like, there's really, like, if she loses or wins, like, it's good. If she wins, great. If she loses, okay, that was her first, like, loss or whatever. But, like, it's not like she's going against Toni Storm or or Jade or whomever, like a championship match. So I feel maybe AEW needed this match for that pay-per-view, for the women's division. Because that
was a question I had for you later on.
They need that. I feel like it elevated and also brought attention to the pay-per-view, and I think they could sell more because she's in it.
Which, again, mentally, that could be a little bit nerve-wracking, depending on the type of person she is. I think she got it.
I think
she's going to be able to perform well. Yeah. Like, at least well that, you understand, like, it's been well, but you haven't.
But also the spotlight, she's used to it. Like she mentioned, she's done Wrestle Kingdom. She's done MSG. Like, she's done the big show. Like,
yeah,
so it's not like she's not afraid of the moment.
But if let's say you did high school wrestling, right? So you already understand the technical and the preparation for it, but I believe damn well that once you're in like an actual competition and you got an official and you got eyes on you and seeing did you get pinned and the points and shit, that's a whole different mindset than what you're doing to get prepared.
Yeah, but if you've done,
so imagine keeping
that knowledgeable, like if I did, let's say if I faced people back in the, like, say, nationals or whatever, and you already had that experience, like, it's part of your, like, you could always fall back into experience, like, you're not freaking out of the moment. So she experienced, like, she's not going to be taken over by the moment. I feel like it's just more, like, mind and body. It's like she's going to be feuding against herself. That's more of a competition for her rather than, like, her and Britt Baker. I feel like her body and her body, like her mind and body, it's like that's the battle of that match, basically.
Which is like, if you go back to wrestling right now, maybe you don't have that same type of confidence in yourself, because you'd be like, it's been years. For her, it's been years too. Like, I understand the spotlight. The one thing I'm glad she hasn't stopped doing is being in the spotlight, being in program like backstage or doing stuff away from WWE for her to get that type of continuous of her promo, because that's the skill that she definitely developed well since she got out of the since she won the Diva Championship in WWE.
Because even for day one when she showed up, there's literally day one when she showed up, like, the moment wasn't too much for her, but since she hasn't done a promo, like the first one was like a little shaky.
It was.
The second one, she took off after that. She was fine. So it's just maybe just needs that one match.
I think it's the first bump. I think once she got the first bump in, and she realized that, hey, it's not that bad, because I think that's where it make it break it for her. Once she does the first bump and she's comfortable in getting the hits and then selling it and then, be able to remember her combination, I think the match itself will do well. But after the first bump, that's I believe is to make it break it. The entrance walk, the ring of the bell, the lock in, you know what I'm saying, the switch of arm that they traditionally done. That's program. Yeah. Anybody that's a wrestler, that's programmed to them. It's the first bump to me. I think that's the point that we know if she overcome her.
Yeah, and also, I feel her arsenal, she's not, I don't know if she's learning new stuff, but she's not aerial, so she don't go to the turnbuckles too much. And also the person she's wrestling, they're more like ring, like, not a ring general, but more of a inside the ring performer.
Ground and pound?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. So they don't do a lot of aerial stuff. There's not that many high risk moves. And they're not, both of them are not high flyers, so it keeps, at least they keep in the ring, it's I at least
she's not
safe.
facing like a luchador or a wrestler from Japan.
Yeah.
You know, she's just facing someone who's equivalent to her style, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really good thing. So November 19th, Full Gear, we're having that match between Britt Baker and Saraya. If it helps with numbers, cool. If it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, all we want is the best for her. You know what I'm saying? That she has fun and she kills it, because honestly, it's been a while and I'm not mad about that. I'm glad she took her time too. It was not rushed. When Bryan Danielson was Daniel Bryan in WWE, I'm glad they took their time with, the prepping, because he stated that he was kind of clear during the Miz moment when they had that he didn't, but the Miz just did an audible and he just sold one of the greatest promo on non-TV the world have ever seen. So I'm glad that, nowadays people are respecting the space, understand mental health, understand, you can't rush things. Some things you got to take your time. So that way, when the time comes, we get like a good stuff. Talking about taking the time, Logan Paul announced instantly on his social media that unfortunately he has torn his MCL, ACL, and
the meniscus or something.
The meniscus after his match with Roman Reigns. So my question to you is, do you see the return of Logan Paul in WWE, or do you think this is like where he hangs the boots?
No, I think I'm not saying he wasn't physically prepared, because he was.
Oh, the boy is healthy.
But the thing is,
the boy is well built.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you also, like, if you think about it, this is their match. Everybody in the company has been doing it for years. So you kind of not build a callus, but like if you do something over and over again, your body gets built to it. Mm-hmm. So this is part of the trade, injuries and stuff. So maybe the next time he performs, his body it's already cushioned and used to it, that like the injuries will be less and less and less, hopefully. But I think we could. I like watching him. I don't like, and in ring stuff, he's good. Mm-hmm. For somebody that basically doing it less than 5 years, and in comparison to people that have been in the ring and that like should be better than him, he's athletic. He catches on quick. He got it.
He's a quick learner. Okay.
But I wouldn't mind seeing him continue to see him not as like a consistent thing, but like I wouldn't mind seeing him in a couple of matches. Maybe I've seen a couple of people put on Twitter, basically the brothers against the Usos or something. Like that'd be interesting, just for not for Mania, but like a match like that would be Usos versus the Paul brothers.
I mean, Jake Paul seemed to be occupied with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, but
which to me is, God, I don't know how these alpha internet people get all of these like momentum, but hey,
he's undefeated so far.
No, make your money, but like not to go into a rabbit hole, but we might just dip in just a bit. It's just very strange to me that a man like Andrew Tate is getting an opportunity to somewhat redeem himself with a person like Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean redeem himself?
Oh, well, he's been banished in social media.
Yeah, but Twitter. he's a professional like fighter, not professional, but he's a
pro fighter by trade, but he was more shunned by the masses in different social media outlet. That it's, to me, is equivalent to what happened with Logan Paul. Logan Paul did the stunt back in 2018, 2019 in Japan. Mm-hmm. People were like, we don't want nothing to do with the Paul brothers, right? And then it took that one boxing match with KS1 KSI, for him to be able to build his fame once again. So I'm not sure with this match, with this fight with Andrew Tate and Jake Paul, is it gonna help this man redeem himself as well? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying it's kind of like, is this is like the new forgiveness type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
want to redeem themselves compared to like
because Jake wanted other people, but he's the one. He said yes, and they both. It's all about the money.
To me, the thing with Jake, right, and in boxing is that I respect Jake for his hustle. I respect Jake for what he's been pushing in a form of the love of boxing. I agree with most people when they say, in order for me to say a stamp of approval, this is a true boxer, okay, you need to face an actual boxer.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. But at the same time, if he beats a real boxer, he's for now he's a celebrity boxer, basically. Mm-hmm. If he beats a real, not a contender, a ranked boxer, a real boxer, mm-hmm, that's not good for boxing. Because you're gonna have a person like that's not a professional boxer, mm-hmm, get beat the professional. You know, like that's not good for boxing. And even though and I feel like he's beaten. Yes, they're retired or older or whatever, but he's being. And I know MMA is a little different because you have to be versatile on different things. Mm-hmm. But he's beating champions. He's beating the guy that he beat twice, the welterweight.
Anderson Silva?
No, the one before him. He beat him twice, and knocked him out the last time.
Jake Paul?
No. Jake Paul beat the former welterweight champion. He used to be I think
Ludwig, who?
Well, before Anderson Silva, he fought this guy. So he beat basically a knockouter. So if he would have got caught, he wouldn't get knocked out. Anderson Silva's a little older, but he's a boxer. A kickboxer, but he also did some boxing matches. So, like, I don't know, anything that he does, he can't. Now I'm saying he can't get no, like, approval or nothing, but, like, nobody's going to accept him as a boxer. So he has to do his, anybody that wants it could get it.
Anybody who could get it can get it, right? But to be like a pure fighter, not he's a fighter. I'm not saying he's not a fighter. He's shown that he's able to be in the spotlight, because being in the ring, being in that type of hype, it's not an easy thing to do. I give him that. I give him his props that he dedicate his body, mind, and soul into the art of boxing. But like you said, his title is still celebrity boxer, not a true boxer. He needs to be baptized in a match with it could be anyone. You know what I'm saying?
But I think he's probably not better, but like you have to give him real contenders, and that's not good for boxing.
No, like you got to give someone who's an official boxer. He does not need. Look, I'm not asking for like a top name. I'm not asking for Floyd Mayweather. I'm not asking for Joshua Andre Joshua. Mm-hmm. I'm not asking for or Anthony Joshua. I hate people with two names. They confuse the fuck out of me. I'm not asking Triple G, Canelo. I'm not asking for any. I'm only asking someone
because Canelo is above his level. And also Canelo doesn't want that.
No. But I don't need like a top tier boxer. I just need someone who has a record or who has a license saying boxer has had this much fight, this wins and loss. And
he's tried that. And the guy, he's like, and before he had the second to last fight, he told one of the promoters, the boxing, like, bring me anybody. He's like, I have this fighter. Okay, bring him and I'll beat him. And it's not they don't want, it's not.
So here I got Jake Paul versus Anson Gibb. I think he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, the Nate
Robinson.
Yeah, that's like another YouTube thing or celebrity match.
A celebrity match. Then he had Askren, who was
Askren. But he's not a boxer. That was an
MMA.
Yeah, but he's a wrestler.
He had Woodley,
who was a former champion and beat him twice and knocked him out the second time.
And then, he fought him twice. Mm-hmm. And then he faced Silva. and now he's gonna. The canceled bout was Raheem Jr.
Yeah, and he didn't want it either.
So that's the thing to me. Like if he was saying I'm a boxer, right? I just wanted him to just have a match with any boxer. Like I said, any boxer.
But also the any boxer type, you also gotta sell tickets. He is the draw.
Right.
But if you put it unknown to him, they're not gonna sell tickets. Like they also because of the people want to see him lose. But
that's why I brought the example. He has to have amount of win over losses order for him to be official.
Well, he's 6-0 as a boxer.
As a boxer, he's 6-0. But a person who's been doing it for years, you know what I'm saying? Let's say he has.
Well, he spars with professionals.
11-2, bro. Sparring.
But
sparring and having an actual match are two separate things.
But I don't know how hard they go sparring, whatever, but he goes against professionals. It's not like he's practicing against nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like he got real people boxing with him. So I think he's prepared to, if not contenders, championship contenders, but I feel like he could take on almost anybody in his weight class that has their non-contenders.
Maybe. I just want him to be fully baptized, to be a boxer. Logan Paul was not a pro wrestler. What is he? He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Now that he has,
but I will say his match, the second one was
right. But with the 4 matches he has in WWE, tag team, the 2 single ones, and then Roman Reigns, 4 now, less than 5. Do you consider Logan Paul to be more of a pro wrestler than a celebrity wrestler?
I will say the second match with Miz that got him there. He didn't have to lose against Roman Reigns.
But title-wise, is he still considered celebrity wrestler, or do you consider him a little bit more of a pro wrestler?
He's still a celebrity wrestler because it's not his full-time thing.
Jake Paul is a full-time boxer.
So he is a boxer.
But he hasn't faced a boxer. Logan Paul is still a celebrity wrestler, but he faced actual wrestlers.
Well, Anderson Silva he is a registered boxer. He's a boxer.
He's an MMA fighter. He's
retired MMA. He's kickboxing. He's a boxer. He's had boxing matches.
And boxing is a little bit different.
Kickboxing is more difficult.
But we're talking about hands versus the feet.
So he got the hands.
No, I mean, kickboxing focus more on how well are you able to like stun your fighter with your legs without using hands too. Keep that in mind. Boxing is like trying to endure with your fist.
Yeah. And this is it's a boxer too.
Anderson Silva did not need that smoke. You know, honestly, personally, he did not need that smoke. For me, and most people, right? Because I understand where you side. And I know this is agree to disagree type of line right now. But for me, in that side of the argument, once he faced an actual boxer, licensed boxer, I give him full titlement.
Yeah,
sure.
But if he faces a real boxer and beats him, right? Either draw, decision, whatever, he beats him. I feel he got nobody to go to. Because they'll be just down. People will take him not more serious. Because basically the people that he wants to make money, period. The end goal of this is he wants to make money. So he wants Nate Diaz, he wants McGregor, he wants to make money. If he faces not nobodies, but non-contender boxers, he's not going to make the money. Well, that's why he's facing Andrew Tate. He's facing Anderson Silva. He's facing Woodley to make money.
And in my eyes, and I don't know most of the audience or that are listening and watching this, but in my eyes, he's going to continue to be a celebrity boxer.
Well, he's not fighting against celebrities. He's fighting against fighters. I would say he's a fighter, or he's because he's
a celebrity fighter.
Because I would say KSI. I would say KSI is a celebrity boxer because he only has been facing celebrities. Jake's been fighting fighters.
Past prime fighters.
But he's fighting fighters. They're still fighters. Woodley one punch knock. He has the power to knock anybody out. And he got Jake a couple of times that almost got him,
but didn't get the job done. He could have pressed this conversation right now, but he's still, to me, Jake Paul. I'm gonna change it. He's a celebrity fighter because he's not. he in the form of boxing, because as you pointed out, a very valid point. I got to give that to you. He's fighting post-prime fighters versus like actual celebrity, but he's still a celebrity.
Yeah.
So he's a celebrity fighter form of boxing.
Okay.
In my eyes, I wish he would have just taken the MMA route. In that way,
I would have he would not be able to compete.
But the people that he would face, it would make sense.
It's a different beast. Like, I feel like punching people and then going about submissions and kicks, and it's completely different. I know he has a wrestling background, but back in high school, he's not all people in MMA are like all American Olympian wrestlers that go to jiu-jitsu, and
not all of them does wrestling.
The majority who are great, like paid, they're like
right now. Jiu-jitsu seems to be like the most focused form of fighting before they even decide to do wrestling.
But most of the wrestlers transition over, so it's easier to learn.
And those are usually the prime ones. But nowadays, a lot of cats are studying jiu-jitsu to then learn boxing and then wrestling, which they're not. That's not the strongest strength, but you know
I don't think he would be able to compete MMA. That's a completely different.
I would feel.
For example, it's like throwing Logan. He's a good wrestler, and in the ring,
he's a good performer. Yes,
it's like throwing him against Nick Cage. Go do a death match. Completely different beast. That you have to be like mentally prepared, and like it's like a different level.
No, I wouldn't. That comparison is a little.
It's a different.
It's a little bit too extreme because
no, but I'm saying, but it's like you're throwing it to like that's
because Logan is not doing traditional wrestling. He's doing more of the stand-up wrestling, the more performance style. Not I forgot the terminology, but he's not doing the traditional ground and pound one versus like what I'm saying, what Nate is used. To me, if you had said Logan Paul versus, I don't know, like someone who is like killing it in, like, he faced Mayweather and he did not that bad. He went the distance, but
and also Mayweather, I feel like not held back, but he would have finished that.
But I agree on that.
And also the styles are different because he's more a defensive fighter and a little older too. So
there was open shot that he could have knocked out Logan. The analogy with Nate and Diaz to me was just
Nick Gage.
You said Nick Gage?
Yeah, Nick Gage. Like GCW, Moxley. No.
Diaz.
No.
Like,
Nick Gage. No.
That's too extreme.
No.
Nick Gage versus Logan. That would have worked. It would have worked.
But I'm saying like it's that's another. He has to like it's a different like spectrum of wrestling.
But Logan would surprise because at least he'll get the fundamental. He just got to understand is how to, when to take the blow and shit and endure it. Like it, and I think his body would endure that way better than what he pulled in Crown Jewels. But I guess that's enough for the. Personally, you brought real good points. I'm gonna definitely give you that. But going back to Logan Paul, too, is that the original question to you is, do you see him back?
Yes.
For another match.
But I could see him with his brother.
So you're seeing the Usos together.
Yeah. Well, like a tag team situation. Yeah.
All right. So with the Uso, this is a nice transition to this next topic. With the Uso, it seems that once again, they're reigniting this old flame between the New Day, where legacy and the title of, longest reigning champions are in the line. And it's going to be the Uso, current champions, versus the New Day, who held the title so far for the past maybe 4 or 5 years now. It's been a while. So, in your eyes, do the Uso continue on with their reign as champion and break the longest streak, or do you see the New Day switching it up and we're going to get a nice friendly rivalry type of match?
I personally wouldn't. I would keep the New Day as long as, because that basically this whole week is the week of promos. Because that promo that the New Day did on the Usos great, and Saraya as well. But knowing WWE, I think they might give it to the Usos to basically keep like the whole bloodline. Like the bloodline keep going. Unless Big E's fully, because he is healed, and he made I don't know if he's clear for the ring, but he's made appearances in G4 and other events without any like.
Shoot, he's been in the racing track,
so he's been around. So this would be a good return for Big E if they bring him back.
It's a good pop. It's definitely a good
and
pop.
if they do that, I would like the New to keep that as like the longest tag team champion, because everything that they said they endured, and they had to make nothing into something, and like it means more than becoming kind of like a second generation, and because your parents, like, it means more for the New Day than the Usos being the longest reigning. But probably because of the bloodline, we might see tomorrow they might end up winning somehow. Unfortunately,
Uso retaining the belt. I believe that being number 2 is, is just, like a lot of like show off or like high value people be like, it's the first loser. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But again, you're number 2 over hundreds and thousands in different teams that competed, and they're not even close in that top ranking for the streak wise. If the New Day loses, which I agree with you, it's very highly that the bloodline storyline continues, but if the New Day loses, they still have the title as WWE greatest tag team of all time. They still got that slot. I don't think that slot is changing for a few decades.
Because I feel like if the New Day face them as how they're currently constructed, just Kofi Kingston and Xavier, they're beatable. You throw in Big E into the mix, that's a different New Day.
But
so we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Big E isn't most like. I don't see Big E. Yeah. I could see Big E being a distraction. Yeah, I could see him being like maybe an equalizer if like Solo tried to like do something and Big E be like, "Hey, what are we doing?" Yeah. You know, I could see that. Yeah. But for story purposes, is like what you said. It's the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like who's gonna, take them out? Yeah. Who's gonna take these gold off of their hands? I would love for the New Day. I would, like in my heart, I would love for the Bootio to, rise up from the ashes and be like the greatest marketing trio tag team the world have ever seen again. Yeah. I think maybe that time just passed. I think
because they could. No, I'm saying they could still do it, but
spotlight. They could help elevate it, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like.
Because I know Survivor Series is in 2 weeks. Yeah. So the thing they could do, what they did in Crown Jewels, is have the champions lose. They have the new champions, our new champions for like a week or two. Then at the pay-per-view, the champions win it again. You could do that.
I don't know. That's a little.
So that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did.
That's what they did with the women's tag team. But this is to me, this is a little bit different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit different
because they could tie. Are they tied on Friday, or are they going to surpass them if they beat them?
Well, they'll tie it and surpass because they'll still hold on to the belt. Yeah. So they're breaking the streak of the longest tag team champions in WWE history. But like I mentioned, greatest tag team of all time. The New Day has it for the next few decades. I don't think nobody's taking that entitlement away from them until like a tag team that has a greater and better skill set like the New Day to take the number 1 spot. Right now it's New Day, it's the Usos, and so on and so on. The Dudleys and Hardys, all of that, Edge and Christian, all of that is fall behind. But New Day, they're still top tier. They're S tier. Everybody else is just right below it. So taking the longest streak, it's not a bad thing for the bloodline. Roman Reigns he have 700 plus days without being pinned, and he's like 500 plus change being champion. So we don't know if he's gonna be Bruno's 10. What is it? 1,010 days as champion.
Yeah, he might get close. I know he's maybe in the second or third place of like the running.
What? That's equivalent to like
another year,
3
basically.
years and a half, right?
Yeah.
He so far has one. Is it one full year with the belt?
Yeah.
Is
one with one of them? Yeah. With the Universal.
Oh. So Unified, I'm having an epiphany right now. So Unified, or more of like an understanding. Unified, he has more than a year, but with the Universal, it's been more than 2.
Yeah.
Ooh. He hold on to that for another year, let's say. He could break Bruno's record. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So I think we're in agreement with what could happen.
Yeah. We gotta see what happens Friday. It should be good on SmackDown.
We're gonna see what happened on SmackDown, but also talking about the Bloodline. I want to stay in this area for a quick second. We saw that they're the face of Survivor Series War Games. And what's interesting about the War Games is usually a 4-on-4 type of match in the NXT universe. Well, now it's merging with the Raw and SmackDown. This year, it seems to be the mix of 5 due to Survivor Series in the War Game. So if the Bloodline, including Roman, the Usos, Solo, and Sami Zayn, who do you pick your 5 opponent
against those 5
against the Bloodline?
So I would do. Are we doing? Can we do 4? And I don't know if Roman's gonna have its own solo thing. So if it's a 5, we could do 5. Okay.
I say 5 because the women is also 5.
So I would do the New Day. So that's 2.
Okay.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier.
Interesting.
I would do Kevin Owens.
Mm.
I would do Riddle.
Bro.
And McIntyre.
McIntyre did not give. Oh, no. It was Sheamus. It was Sheamus. He was the best man. Shout out to Sheamus for getting married. Congratulations. Beautiful.
So we'll do them.
Beautiful photos.
Them 5.
And Miro for being a part of the wedding, too. I'll take the New Day, but with Big E, I think he might be clear for this type of match. In my mind, he is. I do like a Kevin Owen.
Just because of Sammy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I threw Kevin Owen.
I do like a Kevin Owen. I wouldn't even mind a Seth Rollins, too.
Yeah, but
because in my mind, I'm stuck between Seth, Kevin, and Drew. Automatically, I see either of those 3 being part of this team.
Yeah. I feel that Seth has so many people like in the mix, like going towards the US. So I would keep him separate and like give him a match or whatever for Survivor Series.
Because if it's not them, then I would have Imperium. And then maybe 2 other cats, maybe a Cross, and maybe someone with any War Games experience. I would throw in Pete Dunne.
He's part of Imperium. No, okay.
Imperium already got 3.
Yeah. They don't get. You're putting 3 people that don't get one that doesn't get along with them.
Right, but the thing is that Pete Dunne, in my mind, besides Kevin Owen. And I don't know how Kevin Owen feel about, Gunther and them. But in my mind, it's just that Pete has, I think, the most experience when it comes to War Games.
Yeah.
Compared to the Bloodline in general. Sami Zayn, I think he never experienced a War Game before. I think
nobody in the main roster has done. They've done Hell in a Cell. They've done Hell in a Cell.
The women.
No, I'm saying for the people in the match currently that we're talking about.
For the males?
Yeah.
Right now, no one that we thought of for the opposing side, like for the Bloodline, no one.
I think Kevin Owens is the only one.
Nah, there's...
he was part of Rumble when he went to help out. He was part of the War Games,
Yeah, so, I mean, there's Gargano, Ciampa, there's... I think Drew did a War Game. I know Matt Riddle did a War Game. Kevin Owens did a War Game. A lot of these current wrestlers were part of NXT. And so I believe Gunther was also... He had like a certain match with the Undisputed. I'm not sure if it was a War Game, but pretty close to it. So that's why I say Undisputed. Kevin Owens, or maybe it's and the reason why I want Seth in this match, because like since there's like belt representation, it would be just nice to have the golds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I would, but
each side have gold representation.
But I will put people that are going for the belt. So that's why I threw in Drew, because you have basically Drew against Roman Reigns, the Usos against the New Day.
No, that storyline is dead.
There's no other contender at the moment.
I mean, Cross.
Beat Cross.
Cross is going for Roman. That's why I prefer putting Cross over Drew.
Well, he lost against Drew.
If we're doing like a babyface type of team, I would put Drew over Cross. But if we're talking about heel with Imperium, I'm putting Cross. I ain't putting Cross. I'm putting Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. Yeah. He's just a crazy motherfucker who just want to like.
Oh. We'll see in 2 weeks, and I'll let you know live.
You're gonna be there in Boston watching the first ever Survivor Series War Game, which, hopefully our predictions is pretty close.
Yeah, this for Crown Jewel, mine was horrible. Mine's is so bad.
I think I was 5 out of 9. Yeah. I was pretty spot on. The Bobby match was Brock Lesnar. Watching it live, I was surprised that was the ending. Yeah. Brock won by falling backwards while
doing the
hurt business. Lock. Bobby's doing the hurt business, and he got the count, which was like brilliant. So that part 3. I could see either in Survivor Series or I could see in Royal Rumble, but because it's hot, they got to try to do it again in Survivor Series.
They could do like a cage match or something alongside.
Yeah, the whole thing is a cage. That's why I say Survivor Series. They gotta keep that fire, that motor going. The women's losing instantly like that, I think that was intentional due to Alexa Bliss.
Probably moving over to with Brian.
She's probably moving on to the Wyatt family. Well, the match was there. Logan did a hell of a job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He did well. It was just you're not gonna win.
We knew he was not gonna win.
And Bayley lost.
They went kind of extreme. Yeah. The cart thing was kind of interesting, but they went as far as they could.
I think they also beat the Brutes, which is the other one. Another match.
Almost and Braun Strowman. Yeah. Which unfortunately Braun got heat by like every people, like Y2J be like, hey, I
don't like my Giants with red pants or something like what Jeff Jarrett. He basically said something about Braun.
Yeah, he said something about Braun. Well, he said, "Yo, how do I get fired? Like, teach me how to get fired." I know Ricochet came at them because Braun mentioned about like people who do flips and shit, flapjacks, and Chris Jericho be like, "Yo, I like my flapjacks." Yeah. It was something like crazy around that line. So, they were monster men. You know what I'm saying? They botched, of course, but we didn't care about the botch. We cared about like 2 meaty men in the ring and killing it. And Braun won, which again, that was my pick.
Judgment Day defeating the OC.
But it was not the way how I picture it though.
But we got a payoff on Monday with Mia Yim.
The return of Mia Yim was pretty dope. It was days before she announced that she's returning to WWE. I didn't know it was going to be that quick. Yeah. But her being part of OC, I don't think she's the true equalizer for this type of match that they're going to have against the OC. I think
at least it's somebody that's
it's someone who's wild.
Not equal, but at least it's a good matchup for.
Okay, so when you're saying equal, you mean equal in what?
And talent and could handle. Rhea Ripley.
Yes, but
that she could handle.
I give you talent.
She could handle Rhea Ripley.
Muscle, like strength, is Rhea,
but she got technique and experience, and that Rhea doesn't have.
She has experience, so that cancels each other out. Technique, I'll give you that because she'll have more flexibility. But Rhea is not a slowpoke either.
No, but I feel like it was a good pick. It's just weird how. Like, they don't match.
I was hoping for Gonzalez. I was really hoping for her to be the 4th member of this powerhouse group. You know what I'm saying? Like, power versus power, because it was kind of cool that each were picked to go against Roxanne and Cora Jade in NXT. So I thought, like,
Yeah, keep it going. Yeah.
But they went with Mia Yim, so it's not bad. It's not a bad pick. Like I said, I would prefer Gonzalez to been that fourth woman in it. But again, we talk about war games. The women's are also having a war game declared by Bianca Belair. So far as the team of her, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and then for Damage Control is Damage Control with Nikki Cross. And I'm wondering who's going to be their fifth person, because they already got 4. So who you think who's going to be part of Damage Control?
I could see maybe
it's not Dana Brooks.
No, I was probably what's her name? I really forgot her name. The one that's with Ronda Rousey.
You're talking about Blazer.
Yep.
I don't know. Really?
That's the only one that fits. Everybody else is.
I could see Cora. I could see Starks.
Yeah.
Starks betrayed Nikki Lion.
Yeah, but they still gotta. That has to have a payoff. Like they have to go on against each other in order. That's what happened to Cameron Grimes.
War games, there's no rules, so I could see Lion just charging in and beating, her ex tag team partner up and making.
Because that's what happened to Cameron Grimes. He lost against Schism, and I think he's gonna get called up to the main roster.
You've been saying that for a while, and so far he hasn't.
So we'll see him.
I feel like your radar is.
We'll see him. No, we'll see Cameron Grimes. It's time for him
You're going for the long game.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, same thing. My long game 2 years ago, I was mentioning about like a Samoan mafia type of thing, and look at what we got.
Oh, that was
yeah, and we ended up something. I know it was talking Samoa Joe, the OG, but we ended up with something of a trouble.
Solo is a younger Samoa Joe, so it's not a. You weren't off about that, but Grimes, I mean, like...
No, he's coming over.
That match already happened, and...
No, but he's coming over.
You've been saying his name more time than people say Beetlejuice, so I'm just like, hey, bro, like, maybe it's not his time. So, Blazer, I could see Cora Jade, Starks taking that last spot. Or Natalia, maybe.
She got a surgery, broken nose.
Everybody get injured and still show up for the next day.
I know. She's not going to take
her teeth and she still show up like 2 weeks after.
Yeah, but I think her knows she's going to be out for a little bit.
God damn.
Yeah. That's why I was like Shayna Baszler. It's like kind of makes more. Either that or.
Ooh, what if it's the return of Nia Jax? A powerhouse. A hitter who don't give a fuck. Like, as soon as the match is over, then she destroys.
Because I was like, either that or Liv Morgan, but I would probably put Liv Morgan with the other. With the Liv Morgan.
Liv is a little bit wacky.
But I will put Liv Morgan with the champion and the other team.
With the tag team champion or Belair?
With Belair.
I was thinking of that, but this could be a good opportunity for the return of Sasha Banks and Naomi.
With Bianca Belair?
Yeah.
That would. I'm saying that wouldn't be fair, but that's your team. It's like that team is going to be crazy.
That's why I'm saying like if we get Sasha Banks and Naomi, because there's 2 slots left, I think this is the right time to like.
And they could go against the Damage Control to take the titles back if they want to.
Or it could be
Sasha against Rousey and
wait. You're making turns right now. I'm still in the war games. I'm thinking 2 other contenders to join this.
Yeah,
team.
There's really nobody else in the rest.
No. We gotta throw in other options because we could be wrong. Because it could still be
one. So there's only one slot. So only one slot left for
Mandy Rose could be part of Damage Control. Because I was thinking about Toxic Attraction being part of Belair team. Because they're a tag team. They're a solid tag team.
Yeah.
I could see Gonzalez and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't know what you got against Aaliyah, but she's
not good.
She's a decent wrestler.
She's not good.
She's a decent
She's
wrestler,
not good.
But she's up there.
She's not good.
She's in SmackDown. She's making her money.
She's not good. She's making money good, but she's not good. The same feeling you have towards Mandy, I have towards Aaliyah.
The thing with Mandy is that she just like she was shoved in my throat. You know, I loved it when she was like more mysterious in the goddess form. Now it's like every time I open up my IG, Twitter, everything is about Mandy and NXT. Mandy. Like I get it. I get who she is, but like you don't throw Braun Stalker in my face. You know what I'm saying?
They could have the two Katana Chance and Kaden Carter with like basically the NXT Tag Team Champion, but
I like them, but I don't like them. But I kind of agree with you. That's another good option. That's a nice duo.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, who's available?
Indy and Candice
LeRae. That would be
That would be a nice.
Yeah.
You see, there's more people than Sasha Banks and Naomi. Again,
but
preferably is them.
If you want to make a splash, you know.
But if we're talking about different options, and it's Boston too. Oh my god.
Yeah. Definitely. Sasha has to show up.
If it doesn't deliver with Sasha and Naomi, they kind of like miss this mark. I kind of agree with you. Wow.
Yeah. That. Who you got for Damage Control? Who we throw in there?
Nia Jax. If Naomi and Mercedes come back, Nia Jax.
How about this? Sounds crazy.
Power.
If we're doing Splash, right? So Boston Survivor Series War Games. So we have Sasha, right? Bailey. Sasha. Trinity.
Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi. You have Asuka, Alexa, and the champion, right? That's 5. You have Damage Control, Alexa, and Nikki Cross. And how about a return? Maybe you have, if you throw somebody in there, why don't we have the 4 women? One of them, Charlotte, coming back or something. Either Charlotte or Becky. She's been out for a while.
No, Becky's doing great with her stunts.
Or even, I don't want her, but you could throw in Rousey since you have a champion there. So you have the 2 champions.
So if I don't get Naomi and Sasha, then you definitely got to bring in the NXT Women's Championship to fill in that spot to equal to Ronda.
Yeah.
If it's Sasha and Naomi, power-wise, I want Nia Jax. Charlotte, I would prefer for a Royal Rumble return.
Okay.
Alongside with Becky. And maybe Sasha too. But I like these combinations.
Nia Jax, I don't think she's like, I haven't seen nothing on anywhere about like, you know, she's been
offline.
Yeah.
She changed her name. She's been to herself, minding her own business and stuff. So that's a beautiful thing. The one thing I'm not sure is if she maybe slimmed up, she become more, built. You know what I'm saying? Did she just, grew out her hair? Did she like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she's a high fly risker. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But what she's doing, I feel like most people should do is like, if you've been like a little bit negative energy for a while, you just disappear, detox yourself from social media, and then you come back refreshed, and people will just be attracted to you again. So, that was great. That was really, really great stuff.
I read somewhere that Bray Wyatt wants to bring his people back. So he wants to bring Rowan,
Redbeard,
and he also wants to bring Bo Dallas back.
Who?
Bo Dallas, his brother.
I thought Bo Dallas is Uncle whatever.
Well, we don't know yet. Well, there's but that's everybody. Like he was like, I want to have him and Rowan. And I'm like,
Redbeard, I could see him coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because I swear, Luke Harper. Yeah. They made a big splash, and so I could definitely see him come back. I would like to see Braun also joining back the Wyatt family too. You said no, or wait, what?
You don't need it at the moment.
But it would be nice.
Yeah.
Because it would be him.
He could be like the last piece.
It'll be Alexa Bliss, Beard, Wade, his brother Bo, Braun, and for the fun of it, throw in Cross and Scarlett. That's an evil dark force right there.
It'd be tough, like, to anybody could.
If anyone who should defeat the Bloodline, it would be that ideal, like Monstar type of group. Personally, I don't know. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I would say yes, but Braun. I feel Braun is a long play. I would leave Braun to the last. Like, he's like the last piece. Okay. Like, remember, he was the last person to like separate himself out of like
the black sheep. Yep.
So I would say like keep him until the last thing. Like, he's like the missing link or something. Like, story with that. But Alexa, I like that she's coming back. You have Bo Dallas and also Redbeard. I wouldn't mind Karen Cross into the mix.
Use Lily in her 3D emoji or character when she goes to the ring on TV. So pure indication that like, hey, there's a great chance she's going to be, Sister Abigail once again. Yeah. But what else you were saying?
For me, it's just like the Scarlet thing. I Karen Cross, yes. I don't know. For me, it's if you don't have Karen Cross, you don't need Alexa. I know Alexa's like, it's connected to them.
Wasn't there like another female character?
No, there was like the
Sister Abigail.
There was so there was the pig. There was Mr. McMahon. There's the crow, the buzzard. You had the rabbit, and you had the Fiend, and you had when he dressed up like what is it, Mr. Rogers. Yeah, basically has like 6 people. Like 6 characters of himself, like
Wyatt, Braun, Bread, Alexa, Cross, Scarlet. 6 people. There you go. She's a rabbit. Simple as that. She is a beautiful bunny, but yeah, rabbit. Simple as that. Bet. Let's see.
Theory cashing in Money in the Bank.
That is a hot topic. I enjoyed our earlier conversation too. But yes, Theory failed. I'm not gonna say I told you so. I'm not that type of guy. But with what you declared, maybe an episode or 2 ago, and you seeing the transition of what occurred,
they have no. No, I'm saying no.
Tell me your mindset. Like, what was going through? What was the moment? What was the feeling like?
It was a waste of an opportunity because he could have went to NXT and take over NXT if he wanted to.
100%.
And it's weird that I don't think we've had a Money in the Bank cash in on a mid card. Which is, at least he's the first person of something. But I feel like you could tell that, like, I'm not saying Triple H doesn't like him, but I feel like they don't have the same push that he had when Vince was there. Because Vince would have given him Crown Jewel and he would have won. Or something you know what I'm saying? Like,
under Vince administration, you're
he would have
right. He would have been the golden boy.
But it sucks that it's a missed opportunity.
Yes,
I would have booked him even more with the title with the Money in the Bank longer. But this might be also beneficial for him because he could go back to the way, and then you could put all the pieces back together.
Dex Loomis came back on.
Yeah, Monday, but I'm saying but you keep putting, because eventually Indy Hartwell will be out of NXT. She's a super veteran. She's just helping some of the rookies and beating everybody. But she's helping people in NXT. But it's time for her to move on. Then you have Candice LeRae, you have Gargano, and you have Dex. So you already have the way put together. So just now that he's got nothing for him. So now he probably wants to it'd be a good way to book him into going back to the way and fight and now you have another faction or group that could help each other out in a way.
I like how you've been using the word "way" a lot. We understood because it's the one way, always. Some days, but always. I'm just being the dumbass right now. The way is something that I believe we had a conversation about the return of it because Dak's return, Candice when she made her appearance, it was a confirmation the family's coming back together for sure. Unfortunately, it's just taking a longer route than what we would like to see. That's obvious. That's right in front of us. I'm seeing or reading, because I don't really watch Raw. It's just too long for me. Like, I could endure like the programming, but it's just like it's not ready for me yet. It's
the only time you should watch Raw is between 8:45 to 9 o'clock and the last 15 minutes. That's usually when they're trying to get like.
Bro, so what am I doing in between?
You can start watching the game, and then the Monday Night Football.
Not to go TMI, but like once I go to sleep, I'm done. I'm dead asleep. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be awakened. Nothing. I don't want to pick up your call. Like you need a favor. You're in jail. Like I'm done. Yeah. Like phone is off. The end. So. Like your recommendation is not favorable. Yeah,
I'm like me. That's only I watch it. Sometimes I put it in the background, but I know like the important stuff that's happens in Monday Night Raw. It's basically between 8:45 to 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock,
and then the last 20 minutes of like.
But I hear what you're saying. So yeah, Raw for me. I'm not watching it. However, seeing the news that he was the youngest to cash it in, the youngest to lose, to failed. I'll be like, all right, he's still making history because I don't think anyone younger than him is going to mess up like that. Yeah. It was strange that the U.S. title was his prize.
He had it before. That's the thing I found weird. I'm like, why? Like,
you see what I'm saying?
Why?
It's weird that was his prize.
Yeah. And also, like, he had so many people in the ring. Why are you had Bobby Lashley out there.
Lashley took out Seth for
no, but I'm saying, but you have like I wouldn't do that. Like I would if I was him, I would have cashed in. Like if Seth had a match in Survivor Series and had like a crazy match and be done, cash it in there. The Rumble or something like not on a Monday, November what was it 10th, 7th or whatever. Like on a random Monday for like. He had a match. Then you have like six, four.
It was the 7th because.
But I'm saying, but it was like four. But it was like four people on the ring, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
It's the reverse of 7-11, 11-7.
I'm not doing that. Like,
there was a.
That's what happened to Corbin. He's on a random Providence. Like, I appreciate it because it happened in Providence, but it was just like, dude, nah. That's why he tried to cash in on Cena, and he lost it. Like.
Okay,
but that shows me that they have. No, I'm saying they don't have no plans for, Theory, but it's just they don't have no plans for him, or they probably don't want him to have the money there because it's like, he's a X factor because he could cash it against anybody. I would have just literally he didn't have the NXT. I would have just cashed it in for the NXT title.
To be honest with you, your idea was way better. Like
the year-long thing. Like
at first I was like, that's a real long shot. But when I saw like the ending of the Money in the Bank, I was like, yeah Lucita had a strong argument of why it should have like extended.
Just keep it. You know, it's like the longest reigning or something. But it's just like.
No, the longest reigning is
for the Money in the Bank until like.
Oh, it was currently. I think was it Otis. I think Otis is the longest reigning, or Edge or Christian. One of those two.
I don't know. We have to look in the books.
Wait,
wasn't it Seth of what he did in WrestleMania?
Maybe it was Seth because that's how he got the belt. Yeah. Good point. He stole it from Roman on that spot.
But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's just a missed opportunity.
Good fucking memory. Yeah, it no, like. Like also Theory just like did someone miss their cue
and also
knocking him out or something?
And also he didn't know who to finish her
because Fury knocked him out during Clash of the Castle. We had Brock taking care of him before that. You know what I'm saying? So there was multiple times he went after Roman, but people was like, no. But nobody stopped him with like I thought Bobby was gonna like pin him or something. Not pin him, attack him before he actually like gave the briefcase away or anything.
I don't know. It's like worst case scenario or like this is the worst case scenario, but it's just like worst thing. Just literally, he would have done NXT. He could run NXT for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the worst thing.
Not the worst thing, but like you're not gonna go against Roman. Roman's untouchable.
Gunther is unbeatable.
And Gunther, you have three people, basically two people Basically, watch his back.
R.I.P. Rey Mysterio, he's done.
Yeah, but you have two people watching.
That was a bloodbath.
Watching behind.
I never want to see that.
I told you,
again.
I was like, it's not.
I didn't disagree with you.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I did not disagree. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to see a bloodbath like that ever again because that was abusive. That was not needed.
But it was just like a miss. I don't know. He just wasted his
chest is not the same. It's just the same thing what Big Show did to Kofi Kingston. It's flat. It's gone. There's no chest. It's just.
A Theory, I'm like, all right, now you probably have to go back to.
Yeah, Theory. I think he's gonna get the Corbin treatment. He's gonna have a long losing streak, and maybe out of the blue, he gets a reaching hand from the family. And it's gonna be a point that Kevin Owens doesn't need Gargano. Is when Dexter Lumis is no longer in the spotlight. Indy maybe not is having like a rough time, and Candice, whenever she come back again, you know what I'm saying, is more official, dedicated to the show. I think that's when the way will kick in. But till then, and even matter of fact, the last time I saw Theory in NXT was the wedding. Because between the wedding preparation and the setup, he was not even in NXT. He was not even in the main roster.
Yeah, he got called up. He was the first one who got brought over.
Yeah, he was the first one, but he wasn't doing nothing.
I think he was.
He didn't have no TV time. There was no TV time for him.
He was in NXT. He had some TV time. He didn't speak that often.
He didn't after. It was like after Gargano was trying to be like Mr. Kiss up to Samoa Joe, whatever. To me, that was the last time Theory was ever on TV. Like after that scenario, he was put aside. Gargano was trying to get a little bit of TV time for himself. Theory showed up only on the wedding itself. Yeah. That was
he was more of a comedy thing, and
he sure was. But he's more than that. Yeah. He's more than that, and unfortunately, he's now in the list of people who fail to cash in Money in the Bank. And the next time we're going to see it, when? WrestleMania, part of the show now, which I think is the most ideal ladder match to have for a big event like WrestleMania.
Yeah, or we could, I don't know.
Money in the Bank is no longer a pay-per-view.
Well, we might see the Money in the Bank in WrestleMania.
Yeah, no. But it's not its own thing anymore. It's just part of an event. The Andre in the
invitational thing,
what's old gal name again? Why is
Mae Young?
The Mae Young. Mm-hmm. Is it called the Mae Young?
Yeah, and you have the Dusty Rhodes tag team for NXT.
Yep. So you know what I'm saying? Those are that's what Money in the Bank is going to be. Is just a little naming of that.
Well, kind of talking about tournaments and brackets. Do you
for
who you want to see for winning the elimination, like for the
for AEW?
full gear, for AEW.
Oh, God, that's
I would like Ethan Page versus Ricky Starks.
Yeah, but Ricky Stark was manhandled by the monster.
Yeah, is he having
Lance
on Friday or next week? I think he's having a match with them. He's going against Lance Archer. I feel Ricky could steal one from Lance Archer.
Another week without Tyrell, unfortunately. But the boy is working. The boy is doing what he got to do to follow his dream. So we miss you. We love you. Come back soon. I'm trying to do. Damn technology! Every time I type in the word and I press it, it click on something else. So we have Brian Cage versus Dante Martin.
Mm-hmm. That's happening tomorrow. Well, tomorrow on Friday.
Rampage. Yep, that's Rampage. We also have Bandido versus Rush. I can see Rush getting that done.
Yeah.
I don't care about the tag team.
Yeah, so you have Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Dante Martin, Bandido, Rush, and Eddie Kingston against Ethan Page. So Ethan Page just won.
He won, right?
Yeah. So I think I would like to see Ricky Starks pull it off somehow.
Yeah, but one tell you what's the sad part about this? No matter who comes out top, nobody is going to touch
MJF,
Ethan
can
or Moxley. No one is saying. Are you really gonna? You think MJF after the?
I'm not saying he's losing, but
ladies and gentlemen, I had to readjust myself for this talk. Nobody in this roster right now, even if it's Lance himself.
Yeah, he's not. No,
I'm saying even if it's Lance himself in this match against MJF, or let's say it's Moxley, but
the only two I would say
favorable to MJF. MJF will cheat his way out.
The only two people I could see it's Ethan Page and
Still
Roosh.
losing.
And Roosh.
Still losing.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna win, but those are the two that could.
Ethan Page is so far has been the most common pick in social media for winning this whole event. Doesn't mean he's going to be champion.
No, I'm just saying he's going to be the next contender. No, if it's TNT, I would like to see Starks, or for the Atlantic, I would like to see Starks.
I don't want Starks nowhere near my dream match. My dream match is like two people short away.
Yeah, you're not going to have a Fatal 4.
Bro, if it does happen,
it's not going to have.
I said earlier, I'm not a person that said I told you so, but if that match does happen with all 4 picks, I am doing the biggest I told you so I ever done in my life.
Keith Lee's not no near that.
Right now he has he's in the
who's the other one? Who's the fourth one you mentioned? Lance Archer. Miro, he's not gonna be.
If it does happen, and if it's not them, it just got to be 4 big heavy dude against like 2 other big heavy dude to be in part with.
We probably could see that like a triple threat, like you could see Samoa Joe, Powerhouse, and him.
If I could see a fatal 4-way for the Ring of Honor Championship in Full Gear with Claudia, Bryan, Garcia, and Chris Jericho
for the Ring of Honor Championship,
if I could see that, I could see in Revelation or Revolution, whatever it's called, I could see my big meaty man, Hobbs, Warlow, Miro, Keith Lee, or Samoa Joe. Any of these pieces could come and go. As long as they're big. Eddie Kingston, I know you don't like it, but he's a big dude. Any big dude in this?
Yeah, no. I would say Hobbs.
Money.
So far, you're 1 out of 4. Well, 2 out of 4 because you got Warlow. But
current champion. Yep.
But Hobbs will take it.
Are we doing Full Gear prediction right now?
No, we could leave that until next week. It's the
Are you
19th.
Sure? Is that? Are you gonna rush it?
No,
I'm one more time because we could do the prediction.
No, we could wait because I gotta see how the tournament happens tomorrow. There's a couple of matches going on Wednesday.
So
but I think Starks will beat Lance Archer, and I think Roosh is winning. So I think we might see Roosh against Ethan Page and Brian Cage. I hope he wins, but you need one big guy. So I think Dante Martin, he could take it. Who knows? You know, he's like the X factor.
Because
he gets the pitch anytime he came back, he's been losing.
I just need lightweights in lightweight matches. You know what I'm saying? I need people who are like Brian Cage going for the Atlantic, or maybe the.
He's
TNT.
a heavyweight. He's a big dude.
He's not that big.
Not in stature, but he's a big dude.
But he moved as a lightweight.
So does Keith Lee.
I would love for him to get orange punched by Cassidy. I would love that. I would like to see more from AEW. More like, like cruiserweight with cruiserweight, midweight with midweight, heavy with heavy. You know what I'm saying? Or all stars with all stars.
Okay.
Because like there's all star like Moxley, who's not the heaviest. Yeah. He's not the most like leanest, but he's one of your pillars. You know. Yeah. So that's why I said what I said. So for the Atlantic, I just need more. I need more Pac. I need a little bit any member of the Death Triangle in this roundabout. I need Jack Perry, try to be a contender for the Atlantic. Maybe beat Orange Cassidy in one of these pay-per-view. Ideally, I would like to see him to be the next Atlantic champion in the near future. I need to see a little bit of what's homeboy with the freaking box in his head.
Oh, Keep Sabian.
I need him involved in this Atlantic.
He lost. He lost against Pac.
He lost against Pac, but he didn't lose to Cassidy. I need him to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I need Swerve. He would be a good Atlantic. I need Swerve to forget about these tag team because like Scissor Me Daddy is just that's forever. That ain't
and this guy taped his fingers and for Comic-Con. Smart.
Well, we saw the photos.
Yeah,
so.
he's smart guy.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. But yes, the Scissor Me Daddy hashtag ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? FTR is not going to touch that. So Swerve, need him out of this tag team type of thing. Focus on the Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? For the TNT, I just need my big heavy men's Kingston, Lee. I need freaking Hobbs again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Stark could try to redeem it, but ain't no way in hell you're gonna be Warlord in the main that he. And if it's Hobbs, ain't no way Stark is gonna beat that.
But that's a bigger story. If Hobbs has a title, Starks could like be like a menace or like
the rivalry could continue on, but then you got to mix in Lance. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix in Brian Cage. You got to Brian Cage is it's that flexible. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm dropping him twice. A Jericho. You know what I'm saying? One of the members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. I don't know their name. But any of them could be in that if Hobbs becomes...
I'm like, Jake here can't talk, so I'm like, you can't have...
I don't need talk. I need action. Wallow doesn't do that much talking.
Well, he's better at promos than Jake Hager.
Yes, except I don't need them to talk. I just need them to just have a match and just... make it either the worst match of the night or make it the best match of my night. You know what I'm saying? Not mediocre. I don't need that mediocre shit. I don't need a 3-star. I need you to be either 1 star or a half a star, or you be a 5-star. One of the two.
You only get the half a star and 1 star with Jade. That's okay. You get those. That's the only thing.
Dude, the shade.
That's the only time. That's the only thing you get half a star.
What's going on with you, G? Now, hold on. Let me put my dream matches aside. Yeah. Let's bring Jade into right here in the middle. What did she do to you?
She's not good.
We know this.
Yeah.
Bro,
so that's your 1-star match.
But you was like, yo, she did what she did with Athena.
She did
what she did with
the match wasn't good, but she won the match without wrestling, just with the intro, and she dressed up like the She-Hulk, which was great. So she won the match, like she won the battle without even.
And people gave that match a B too, like Bleach Report and stuff and CBS. But go ahead,
they're a little crazy. She's gotten better, but she's not.
But that was like, yo, she's
she's the Goldberg of AEW. Right, and Goldberg's not that good either.
Wow.
Goldberg, you do 2 specials, get out.
But that was the beauty of Goldberg. And when he did have that, not the Undertaker match, but when he went over the limit with like Evolution and shit, he did his stuff.
Yeah, but it was horrible. It was bad. It wasn't a good match.
Wow, he really went there.
It's not. If he goes past the 3-minute mark, it's not good.
All right, so Jade is just like
she's Goldberg.
So no, I won't say she's a Goldberg. Okay, I would say she's more like the Giant or Big Show. Or
Big Show, he's good at matches. What are you?
Jade Goldberg, to compare it to Goldberg, is just a little bit.
That's what they're trying to do with a female, like basically.
I mean, Asuka was undefeated. Is Asuka the female Goldberg? Because she has not lost in NXT. Her record is untainted unless if she go back and lose a match. Yeah. But she has never lost a match in NXT. She's the Goldberg.
But the way that they're booking Jade is the same way that they book Goldberg in WCW. That's the same. They just copy paste.
Right. But Goldberg was Goldberg. You know what I'm
Jade
saying?
is Jade.
A jade is a jade, but it ain't gold. You know, like Goldberg just had that more finesse to his move. And
what finesse? He only did spear, goes in, breaks the door, spear, jackhammer, go.
You are not going to be in front of our audience.
He's not.
Taking it on audio and on wax that you're seeing when you was young and you watched WCW. You was not behind Goldberg, was impressed with his shit.
With the entrance, it was good. Well, as soon as he entered the ring, it was not good. Whoa. He just literally walked in, spear, jackhammer, go. That's it.
He was not. He also got stunned. He also had been, hit too. He took bumps. He also was. He was not just like a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? He also took hit. He took blows. It took multiple people to beat him. And that was the beauty of Goldberg. And you're just seeing that. Oh, nah.
It's just spear.
So you're seeing, when I was a child, I think of a child, but now as a man, I think differently. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Nah, bro, man. I'm still in that kid mind of how awesome Goldberg was, reaching what? No, it was.
It was 100. It was 100.
It was 100 wins, but it was not the win. 100 was not the belt though.
No. But he
before that, like I'm thinking about him winning the belt. That's the Goldberg.
And how he won the belt: spear, jackhammer, go.
Because he was your champion. It's equivalent. What you're trying to tell me, and I don't like it, but it's like when Hogan become like, oh, Hogan up. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, Goldberg is like the Ultimate Warrior. So do the press and go.
I really want to close the show after that comment. Like, no, I'm not gonna let you taint my guy Goldberg.
Go back. Have you gone back in the archives?
How would you do that to William like that? His archive is
it's very short. You could probably put all his matches. You can see all his matches and like.
But it's short, but at least every opponent that Goldberg had, you have respect for each and every.
Yes, I would honestly. I just for the heck of it, I'm gonna work on it. I want to make a compilation, and his compilation of matches would probably be less than a Raw episode. All the matches, 100 matches, whatever he's done, is gonna be less.
But you understand, it's now he not only had matches in WCW, but there's WWE.
Yeah, and
his matches with Triple H and Batista were not short ones. They were a little bit lengthy too.
They were bad matches,
but they were not short.
They were bad matches either way.
They're not gonna be short enough for it to be less than 3 hours. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's just bad match. As soon as he left WCW, his mystique is gone. As soon as he left WCW, like that, like
what?
Yes, he's just like, okay, Goldberg, cool, but it's nothing. Like, I'm not impressed by him.
What?
Yes, I'm not impressed by.
When he was facing Hollywood Rock, that was awesome. Evolution, as it should be. Who else was in the Big Show? That was dope. Especially, he freaking picked up Big Show.
So there's John Cena.
And had him in the handstand.
So did John Cena.
30 seconds.
So did John Cena too.
John Cena did the F5 on the attitude adjustment on Big Show. That's different. We're talking about pick him up and Big Show was like doing like a handstand on his shoulder, tried to keep straight before he lost his balance and then did the jackhammer. How?
Goldberg doesn't do it for me. Jay doesn't do it for me. Nah. I would say Jade's getting better, and she has a look.
Goldberg is not even close to your top 5.
No.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Of champions,
I appreciate that he's champion, but he's not. I don't care about Goldberg.
Wow.
Like,
who's in your Rushmore by any chance? Refresh the people, because we probably had this conversation about 2 years ago, but
just for what my preference or what I think the Mount Rushmore is. Like the wrestlers
right now, because I feel some type of way about you. Let's just do your preference.
My preference, I like.
I want to judge you fully of what.
I personally, I like Rey Mysterio. I could relate to him.
Oh,
yeah.
Where is the photo?
It's somewhere.
Oh, it broke.
Yeah.
It's back there.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Batista.
Wow. Okay.
I would say Eddie in the mix in there. And let's see. I like the wrestlers from Puerto Rico that like Carlito Colon, like just because that's all I grew up on. So that was like kind of like my retro stuff. And
there's 4 heads on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So it's
I will say
Colon, Batista,
Rey Mysterio,
and
Eddie. That's what when I watch wrestling, I like the lucha libre style. I like the old school stuff. This guy always he's basically Carlito the dad. He's kind of like I guess the Latin version of the Ultimate Warrior. He's losing, he hypes up and does a figure 4. Okay, but that's what I grew up on in Puerto Rico. So that was like my Ric Flair. Yeah, that was my Ric Flair stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
Like currently, I like.
No.
But I would say at least those Batista, Rey Mysterio, and
Batista though.
The entrance, bro, just the entrance. He has one of the top 5 entrances ever.
Goldberg doesn't ring a bell.
Batista's better. Let us know in the comments who's better, has a better Batista or Goldberg. Entrance.
I'm gonna do like my creative juice right now is like be like, yo, who had the best entrance, this man or this man? Like the compilation in my head is like
Batista. It's like top there, like he's and
Batista. I'm gonna agree with Xavier Wood and with
the song,
Reese.
the
song is dope,
and his intro, like
Batista
just him, like
song. He has the song, like when it comes to like top songs, wrestling song. Batista is like number 1.
Basically, everybody in Evolution, their song, it's up there.
I won't go that crazy.
Triple H, great song. All the Triple H songs are good.
I
Ric Flair and Randy Orton, like
no, because okay. So when it comes to Batista, The Rock, that shit is dope.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give it to John Cena. You got to give it to R-Truth because that shit is.
And I like that he does it himself.
It was him too.
Yeah,
it was him. Then I give it to Randy.
Mm-hmm.
But then Randy might go over R-Truth for a second. You know what I'm saying? So R-Truth might just drop to number 5.
Okay.
And then, like, Ric Flair for me is bottom 20. Like, his intro music, really?
It's kind of like hearing the car crash. Yeah. You hear the thing, yeah.
No.
But I will say,
Goldberg will be number 6.
No, Goldberg.
Goldberg. Like, it was catchy. It's easy to do. And then the Hardy Boys entrance is definitely
but I would say Batista has a better entrance than
John Cena did his verse. The game. Did I mention the game yet?
Yeah. Well, all the
you're saying like Evolution being top 4 for me? No, it's like they.
Well, Goldberg, he's not like it's just.
Batista
has a better entrance
and his finishers was what? The power bomb.
Batista bomb, yeah.
Batista bomb. Yeah. The jackhammer.
Why you building shit?
Sir,
like are you a construction worker? Get out of here. Like,
sir, for the 90s, for it to be such a impactful, nearly a 92% chance of winning,
because
it has dropped.
Because you were booked to be undefeated. If they really wanted people to wrestle with them, he would not have the record that he had.
But he did lose the record because it could have been a longer reign, but they had to put a cap at a point.
It just Goldberg doesn't do it for me. They put a cap
after like 105, 102, 105, one number. It didn't reach like 110 or 120. It reached just a little bit past 100. That was it.
Goldberg is just...
Sir, I don't know who you are anymore. What?
Nah.
I'm going to mention my Rushmore because I think it's also fair because, you know, I the luchadores, I respect that. But for me, I got to give it to The Rock. The Rock is my Mount Rushmore because, you know, as I confessed before, I thought he was Dominican when I was a kid, but turns out he wasn't. It was only way for my grandmother to let me watch wrestling too. It'd be like, no, he's a cousin, you know? That's the way I told her, and she believed me. It was so fucking awesome. Goldberg is up there. Goldberg is definitely up there. Eddie is up there too. Eddie, I gotta give it to him. The fourth one, I'm in a crossroad between Kurt Angle because he followed me on Twitter. I kind of enjoy a Booker T, WCW Booker T. King Booker was not my guy, but Booker T 5-time, that was my guy. RVD was extreme. You see what I'm saying? Like, my fourth one is a really hard pick.
And you know, when they do it, who doesn't fit in that mix?
How?
You mentioned people that are good.
I mentioned people who were markable, who were champions, who were mostly mentioned. You know what I'm saying? How dare you disrespect Goldberg like that? Like, I don't know what Goldberg did to you, man, but whatever he did to you, I apologize on his behalf. I hope his son, who's training right now, proves you wrong, and you could just take back everything you said about Goldberg. All right, actually, my fourth one, I think I'm gonna give it to Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho, he's up there.
Yeah, Jericho would be my Rushmore. Canadian. What he did in WCW, what he did in ECW, wherever he goes, he's money. Yeah. You can't hate on the guy. So that's my Rushmore: The Rock, Goldberg, Eddie Guerrero, and Y2J. Respectfully. All right. So what's your Mount Rushmore? Do you feel? Do you truly feel that the Batista bomb is more impactful or has a higher rating than the jackhammer?
I would say that Batista's entrance is better than Goldberg.
Again, okay.
It is better. Like,
we got to take a little delay for the outro, bro. I gave you the song. Batista's song. It's number one. Even Judah.
No, that one's good. That currently it's like that's number one.
Judah's good.
Yeah,
but it's like I prefer Batista's song over Judah. You know what I'm saying? Judah's because it's just like it's nostalgic. It's it's like you get into the mode. Now when it comes to the entrance though, Batista just did a remix to what the originator did. Goldberg walked.
No,
so
Goldberg
Batista could run. Dead ass.
Goldberg just did basically
who are the first one to get the flares in the entrance between the two? Goldberg. Who's the one? No. No. Don't try to put an option
if you're trying to
not put an option C in a talk that we're talking about two individuals.
Yeah, Goldberg started
William Goldberg and
15 years.
David Batista.
Well, he had like a 15-year head start.
But between the two, who started the flare in the entrance?
Because he started 15 years ago, before Batista.
Yeah, we know who Ric Flair is.
No.
Where is he? We know who that man is.
Well, Goldberg has the flares before, like the sprinkler or whatever, before Batista, because he started 15 years before he did.
Exactly. And the movement when he throw the punches and stuff.
He did A, B, X, Y. Punch, kick, go. Like, he does.
And what does Batista does?
Yeah. Completely different than Goldberg.
Walked in order for Batista to run when it comes to entrance. When it comes to entrance, he took whatever Goldberg had. He was like, this look good. I'm only going to change. It's just like, instead of doing the punches and kicks, I'm just going to do a chopper. Pop, 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 pop,
pop. Two different things. And Goldberg had 15, like, I said the
remix. Like, he just made it his version, but he still, adapted from William Goldberg himself. Like, that's a fact. But the one thing that Batista will forever be known
is a trip.
Huh?
Is a trip. How many?
Yeah. Second thing he's going to be known is his song entrance. Yeah. Goddamn. All right, guys. So let us know, what's your Mount Rushmore? Goldberg versus the Jackhammer versus the Batista bomb. Do you see any of the females that we mentioned part of War Games? Tell us who you see facing the Bloodline. Maybe the Bloodline might be just the host. We don't know yet, but it'd be a shame. That would be a waste of money if they're not part of the show. But anyway, leave your comment below. Please be sure to give us the 5-star and the thumbs up on your favorite podcast media. And again, follow us and comment on our social media on the IG, the Facebook, the YouTube, as well as the Twitter, the Providence Lucha Talk. With that being said, I'm your boy Jay Aguila.
This is Luisito.
And we say good night and peace.
Yeah.